You know, your entire life, you've trusted the seamless flow of time, right? You've just accepted it as this constant, this unbroken river of moments carrying you from the past into the future. It's the one thing we all count on, the bedrock of our physics, of our sanity. But what if that river has started to stutter? What if the one constant in our reality is starting to just fray at the edges? Because something is happening, something that challenges the very nature of existence itself. And I really want you to think about that. Have you ever had that feeling? That sudden, sharp sense of déjà vu that feels way deeper than a simple memory glitch? Or maybe a moment where the world just feels a little bit thinner, a little less substantial than it did a year ago. Now, it's so easy to dismiss those feelings, right? It's just tricks of the mind, stress, fatigue. But what if it's not your imagination? What if you're actually witnessing the slowing of the world's frame rate? It doesn't start as a feeling, though. It starts as a number, 0.1 seconds. A tiny crack has appeared in the very foundation of our reality. Our most precise atomic clocks, and I mean the instruments we use to measure existence itself, sync to the unwavering vibration of atoms, have all drifted out of sync with the universe by exactly that amount, all at the exact same time. This isn't some mechanical failure. This is a fundamental break from the laws of physics as we know them. So what do we call this? Physicists have given it a name: temporal drift. At first, it was this nearly imperceptible simultaneous lag happening in every lab on every continent. And yeah, initially, they wrote it off. Measurement error, maybe a weird gravitational disturbance from some distant cosmic event. But as the data poured in, those explanations, they all fell apart. And the latest data reveals something absolutely terrifying. The lag isn't stable anymore. It's getting faster. See, in a stable, physical universe, an event like this, it just shouldn't be possible. The laws of causality, the whole idea that an effect can't happen before its cause, that's supposed to be absolute. But this accelerating drift, it suggests our universe isn't behaving like a stable physical system anymore. It's behaving like something else entirely, something computational. The best framework we have to even begin understanding what's happening is the simulation hypothesis. Think about a really high-fidelity video game, one that simulates physics perfectly. What happens when the processing demand, just the sheer complexity of everything happening on screen, exceeds what the hardware can handle? The system introduces latency. It lags. The game stutters. Our reality is stuttering. So this isn't some tiny glitch in our clocks. This is a fundamental sign that the universe itself is struggling to render our reality in real time. The cosmic server that's running our existence is being pushed to its absolute limit. And you know what? The strain is starting to show in the very fabric of space-time.
But the evidence for this processing strain, it's not just hiding in quantum foam or the ticking of atomic clocks anymore. The system lag is now showing up in the most intimate way you can possibly imagine. It is manifesting inside of us.
All over the world, across different cultures, languages, continents, thousands of people are reporting the exact same bizarre physical sensation. A feeling that for just a fraction of a second, their heart simply stops. It's a phenomenon they're calling global heart stutters, and it's being documented in medical journals, yet it defies every single cardiological explanation. And what's truly staggering is that this isn't biological. It is not a medical mystery. For a fraction of a nanosecond, the rhythmic electrical impulses of every single living being on the planet, every human, every animal, every insect, they pause and then they reset in perfect, absolute unison. A planetary scale biological anomaly that just violates every known principle of biology and physics. This is the moment our reality literally freezes to align all of its data points. It's just like a computer struggling under a heavy load that might pause to catch up with all its background processes. Our universe is hitting the pause button on life itself just to resynchronize the simulation. This is the system desperately trying to keep itself from a catastrophic crash. But why? Why is this happening now? Well, the theory is known as the computational ceiling. And what it suggests is that any simulation, I don't care how advanced it is, has a built-in expiration date. A point where the complexity of what's being simulated, the number of interacting particles, the depth of consciousness, it all just becomes too much for the host hardware to support. And the source of that overwhelming complexity is us. By discovering the fundamental architecture of our own reality, by observing quantum mechanics, by documenting these anomalies in the system, by becoming self-aware on a cosmic scale. We've graduated from being simple programs to something else. We have become aware data.
And if you're a cosmic architect, aware data is dangerous data. It starts to test the boundaries of its programming. It manipulates the parameters. It pushes the system in ways it was never designed for. The lag, the stutters, these are not random errors. They are warning shots from the system's administrator, desperate attempts to throttle a process that threatens the stability of the entire construct.
And there is a clear, absolutely terrifying progression to this. We've already passed through stage 1, the system warning of the temporal lag. That was the subtle sign that processing limits were being reached. We are now living in stage 2, the system resyncs, these global heart stutters. That's a much more drastic measure to maintain stability. But the third stage, that's where reality itself breaks down completely. Temporal fragmentation. This is when the cracks in the motherboard of reality become visible to the naked eye. People are reporting visual echoes, shadows that move a heartbeat after the objects that cast them. Auditory reversal, the sound of a glass shattering arriving a split second before it actually hits the floor. It's the world becoming desynced from itself as causality just unravels. All of this leads to a chilling, unavoidable conclusion: the Great Reboot. It isn't some hypothetical doomsday scenario born from these glitches. It is a scheduled process. It's a recurring event that's been embedded into the very code of our universe. A maintenance cycle designed to purge complexity and reset the simulation to a baseline state. And according to the source material, in every previous version of the simulation, what ancient cultures might have called great cycles or eons, the reset was preceded by these exact same temporal anomalies. We're living in the final right cycle of the human program, and the system is saving its last backups before a total and complete wipe. That accelerating lag, that's the system frantically trying to save its final state before the total shutdown. The question is no longer if we're in a simulation, but how much time we have left before the power off command is executed for our cycle. So the next time you feel that stutter, that little skip in the rhythm of the world, I want you to ask yourself this question: is this just another resync, or is this the final one? The next time our reality pauses to catch its breath, will it start back up for us?